And I tell jokes. If I say a Jew and an Indian go in a bar, I need you to think the same thing I do. What the hell are them two doing together? One can't handle their alcohol, the other one can't handle the bill. I don't know how. But we don't even know what I mean by Indian. Do I mean woo Indian, or that sumbitch you get when you call for technical help? Let me use this to make a point. We have a lot of respect for our Native Americans. They wear a feather like us here, and their strategy is to hide behind the rock. And when the white man comes by, then they're going to get, well, if you're going to hide behind the rock, you don't wear a feather, stick it straight out! Every time I sit down, I see stupidity. Let's look around this room. Every door in here is labeled exit. How did we get in? You had a chance to look over there and say, that's really stupid. We're all drinking and it's dark. They ought to label the wall. Why don't they put wall? But there's a federal, state, and county law that they have to label the exit in case of a fire. What kind of fire? Obviously, a dark fire. If a dark fire breaks out, the men had a meeting and decided red would be the best color to show up against the flames. Let's give them, you've been taking pictures, did you get me in that? Maybe it's not about the flames, maybe it's about the smoke. But where does smoke go in a burning building? It goes up, doesn't it? So where's the good air in a burning building? Down here. Why don't they put the sign at the bottom of the door? If that's where it's needed. See how I did that? That was called thinking. That's called thinking. Let's just say that I was running a gang and we was going to go and knock over a jewelry store. Now, what I'm going to tell my boys is, you better show up with a belt. Because I want you to steal 2 handfuls. You ain't showing up like this here. I'm just trying to show you, nobody's thinking. In this country, for some reason, they turn their brains off. I look around trying to find smart, but I just can't find it. You have your sunglasses on top of your head in case the sun comes out. So is that your strategy? Is to wear whatever you might need up on top of your head? Well, it's obviously you're not having sex since I don't see a rubber up there. We're going to talk about everything here tonight. We're even going to talk about God. Got quiet, didn't it? Because I can't really talk about too many things. Everybody's going to complain, but I figured, well, I'll talk about God. If he comes down to complain, that'd be quite a show, wouldn't it? Why am I mad at God? Because I've had 5 heart attacks. 5 times. It felt like I was full, just like what happens to you. You think, well, in a minute here, I'll fart, and I'll be just fine. I think if I had met God, he'd have probably said, you thought you had to fart, didn't you? It would die. Why would you put your heart right next to your stomach? If I had to talk to God, I'd say, don't do that. We can't tell. Then the heart's hidden underneath these bones. Somebody has to beat on your chest. I see, you can look on YouTube. You can see my heart attack. I was on stage. Isn't that exciting? For you people right here, 2 times I've nearly died right here on stage. Because I do so many shows, I guess, and I almost die so many times. To me, why would you hide your heart and leave your balls in a bag? Why not put those tender orbs up here safe and put a man's heart down here where he could get to it? Because I could have made it all the way to the hospital. I know it. I just take my time. When his hand gets tired, I change hands. What are you going to tell everybody? This is a picture of Gallagher squeezing his heart in his ball sack. Is that what you're going to tell them? That's right. I can look at things God has made and find something stupid about it. But if you believe in God and you say that everything He's done and you have any problems, then He must have done it on purpose. He must have wanted you to get stuff stuck in between your teeth, because He could have made one smooth tooth. Barney the dinosaur has one smooth tooth. He wants you to have that problem. We ask God, God, why do I have underarms that stink right here where I can smell it? Why not put that around back where we already got a stink? Then when your woman says, did you just fart? Say, no, but I broke a sweat working for you. That makes sense, wouldn't it? That makes sense. I'm just asking for things to make sense. But it appears as though God loves the stink, don't He? He gave us this stink, which is totally different than poop. You know it. But when He's given a chance to come up with another smell, because here's your crotch, that's going to need a smell. Wouldn't that have been a good time for a loving God? Remember, this is the God of lavender. He knows how to make pretty stuff. Why do we have to have 3 stinking stinks? Wouldn't it be good if your crotch smelled good, then your wife show up in the morning, put her hand down in there and get some for her hair? That's right. Then you think, well, thank you, God, for giving her a reason to get into my pants every morning. That would have been wise. Then you'd say, oh, God is so smart. But instead, God invents love and makes you want to kiss, and then puts a bumper right in the way. Ugly bumper, too. It drips, it drains, it explodes. If the health department saw your nose, you got 10 days to fix it or move out. Don't make a bit of sense. Last thing you think about right before, I'm ruining kissing now for everybody in this room. I've already ruined bananas and weenies, didn't I? It just occurred to me. I don't know why. It just occurred to me. We're going to teach you how to see tonight. You get in a rut, don't you? You think, well, it's the way we've always done it. It must make sense. Like Halloween. You teach your kid not to take candy from strangers, and then here comes a night and you just send them out. The perverts love it. It's like home delivery. Many people don't think they got perverts in their neighborhood. There's an app for that. Or you could just ask your kids where the good candy was. Either way, we're laughing about it. We're laughing that the perverts have more rights than us. They don't want to tell us the perverts are in the neighborhood. And then we put our kids in costumes, so when they don't come home and we call the cops, it won't help to give them a school picture because they were in a costume. You didn't lose your child, you lost a Power Ranger. We lost 37 tonight, just another one is all. Now we're laughing about it. Every Christmas we have house fires because people insist on trying to keep a evergreen, there's a lie, evergreen. It's never green, that son of a bitch. It's a fire hazard. What do? We put it over by the drapes. Where are you going to put a fire hazard? Over there. And then we lace it with cheap wiring that was sparkling, popping the last year when we put it away in the box. Then we put tissue and boxes and ribbons underneath. I was the Boy Scout. This is how you make a fire. This is how you make fire. We do that because nobody looks at what they're doing. We just blind. And now, we want more stupidity. We've seen these Spanish people running in front of the bulls. We thought, oh, that's stupid. We ought to do that here. We already pinata. What a ridiculous... I can't believe you mothers drop your kids off at a birthday party where they've got a pinata and you know sometime they're going to blindfold one of the boys and give them a stick. Your poor little child with the pretty eyes. It's ridiculous, isn't it? And we do it because we're in a rut. I'm getting you out of that rut here tonight. I'm going to teach you how to see, how to look, how to examine, to be the animal. You're a thinking animal. You're smarter than you've been hanging out with these idiots. Look around.